Earth Day 2025, Our Power, Our Planet. Dr. Shivu P. Pediatrician, Mysore. Visit www.slideshare.net/Dr. Shivu for articles and YouTube search Dr. Shivu P for videos on environment and health. Recharge soil water. This is my 21st published speech. As I said in my 20th speech, now onwards we will focus on artificial irrigation system which have evolved as the effort of humans to get and distribute water to the needy areas in the form of wells, tube wells, pipelines, canals, dams and reservoirs and so on. In this speech, we will try to understand how Earth Day came into the picture, how Earth works for the life of entire flora and fauna, what are the roles of these ones, how the surface water management is going to make the soil water to reach the level of 25%, thus mitigate climate change and brings health, happiness, prosperity and longevity to all. Earth Day. Let us think, where are we standing right now in the journey of life? So if we look, we might have crossed many lakhs of years. Now we may be left only with few decades of life. Please walk back. So we have traveled lakhs of years. We may be left only with a few decades of path. Please walk back to save Mother Earth. There are many changes have happened in our planet Earth during the travel of life due to impact of the activities of the humans, and most of these changes are detrimental to all the flora and fauna including humans. So what to do? Please walk back. The next thought is why we have to walk back. We have to walk back 21 steps to reach the environmental parameters of 1st century to save Mother Earth and to save ourselves, like soil water content, soil organics, carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere, tree coverage on the land, atmospheric temperature. Yes, it is possible to achieve these goals. How did Earth Day came in? The idea for event was conceived by Senator Gaylord Nelson in 1969 after witnessing a massive oil spill in Santa Barbara. He aimed to raise public awareness about environmental issues and inspire actions. The source of the spill was the January 28, 1969 blowout on Union Oil's Platform A, located 10 kilometers from the coast in Dos Crudas offshore's oil field. Within a 10 days period, an estimated 80,000 to 1 lakh barrels, that is about 13,000 to 16,000 cubic meters of crude oil spilled into the channel and into the beaches of Santa Barbara County in southern California. The spill had a significant impact on marine life in the channel, killed an estimated 3,500 seabirds as well as marine animals such as dolphins, elephants, seals and sea lions. In 1969, at a UNESCO conference in San Francisco, peace activist John McNall proposed a day to honor each Earth and the concept of peace, to first be observed on March 21, 1970, the first day of spring in the northern hemisphere. A month later, United States Senator Gaylord Nelson proposed the idea to hold a nationwide environmental teach-in in April 22, 1970. The name Earth Day was coined by advertising writer Julian Koenig. The first Earth Day was observed on April 22, 1970, with the aim of bringing people together to address environmental problems. It was not a specific theme that was announced in 1969, but rather the initial concept and the desire to focus on environmental issue. The primary message of the early Earth Day movement was about the growing awareness of environmental issues and the need for public action. The United Nations General Assembly proclaimed 22nd April as International Mother Earth Day through a resolution adopted in 2009. The day recognizes the earth and its ecosystem as humanity's common home and the need to protect her to enhance people's livelihoods, counteract climate changes, and stop the collapse of biodiversity. The theme for Earth Day 2025 is Our Power, Our Planet. This theme encourages people to unite behind renewable energy and advocate for a global transition to clean energy sources with a goal of tripling renewable energy generation by 2030. Climate change, man-made changes to nature as well as crimes that disrupts biodiversity such as deforestation, land use change, intensified agriculture and livestock production, or the growing illegal wildlife trade can accelerate the speed of destruction of the planet. Mother Earth is clearly urging a call to action, a need to shift to a more sustainable economy that works for both people and the planet. Protecting the planet is everyone's responsibility. For 55 years, Earth Day has led the world in raising awareness and taking action on critically important environmental issues. We advocate for the health of the planet, for our air, oceans, soil, ecosystem, wildlife and human health. In April 22nd, 2025, Earth Day turned 55, with 192 countries and over 1 billion people around the globe participated. This demonstrates how the diverse Earth Day movement remains as dedicated today as it was back in 1970 to bring everyone together for better future. Let us begin our discussion by thinking, where are we in this universe and in this planet Earth? Who are we? Who created us? And all these things. So today we will be discussing my topics overview for Earth's Day 2025. The Creator, the solar system, the Mother Earth, the water on this earth, the continents, the ocean and seas, the mountains, the glaciers, soil, nutrition, what earth gives to us, negative work by humans on Mother Earth, how deserts are created, why frequent natural calamities, the animals on this planet, the insects and their role, soil microbiota, tube wells and landslides, cloud surface, subsurface, underground water flow, soil composition, soil, water and climate reactions, positive works by humans for Mother Earth, health relation at every stage, measures to protect planet Earth, use natural waterways to feed soil, manage surface water from flood to drought, convert deserts to forest, maintain 25% soil water to support all the trees, plants and animals, be developed by optimizing air, water, food and temperature for our life. So these will be the discussion points. Who is the creator? Life is like a cycle. We have a universe. There are many galaxies in the universe. Solar system is one among our Milky Way galaxy. Earth is one of the planets present in our solar system. There is a soil, water, air in the earth. The fusion of these contents, its intake and excretion at a given point of time decides life, structure, that is anatomy, function, that is physiology, growth, development, repair, disease, that is pathology of any living body in this earth. The fusion of contents generates plants and animals. There is biochemical processes and reproduction in plants and animals. There are chromosomes, genes and coding, genomics, that is decides and dictates the processes. Proteins, carbohydrates, fats, vitamins, minerals works like structural and functional units as directed by genes. All these components moves in and out of the body periodically. All these elements will reach these Panchabhutas, the 5 fundamental elements, that is earth, Prithvi, water, Jal, fire, Agni, air, Vayu and ether or the space or Akasha. They are the building blocks of the universe, including the human body. So there is a magnificent creation of this. We don't know who created this universe, but every atom in this universe has been designated with its own work and a responsibility. Where are we and where is our Earth? The Milky Way is the galaxy that contains our solar system. It's a large barred spiral galaxy estimated to contain hundreds of billions of stars and is approximately 1 lakh light years across. From our perspective in Earth, it appears as a faint milky band of light arching across the sky, which is how it got its name. We are in the solar system. The solar system, which includes our sun and the objects that orbits it, is located within the Milky Way galaxy. Specifically, our solar system is positioned in the Orion arm, a small partial arm of the Milky Way located between the Sagittarius and Perseus arms. Earth is not an independent planet. Sun keeps the planet Earth in its orbit. Sun gives the light and heat to the planets. Sun gives life to all the living on planet Earth. The existence of life on this earth is unimaginable without the rays from the sun, even though sun is at the distance of 150 million kilometers from the earth. Sunlight is crucial both for plants and animals. Sun is blessing the life through his light. Advantages for plants: photosynthesis. That is, sunlight provides the energy plants need to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose sugar, which they use for food and energy as explained. Growth and development. Sunlight influences plant growth and development, including stem elongation, leaf expansion, and flowering. Water cycle. Sunlight drives the water cycle, essential for plant survival. Energy production. Sunlight is the primary source of energy for most ecosystems, as plants capture this energy and make it available for other organisms. Advantages for animals in general. That is, body temperature regulation. Many animals, particularly reptiles and amphibians, use sunlight to regulate their body temperature. Vitamin production. Sunlight helps animal synthesize vitamin D, essential for various physiological processes. Energy source. Animals, either directly or indirectly, depend on plants which convert sunlight into energy for their survival. Behavioral and physiological adaptation. Sunlight influences animal behaviors such as mating, migration, certain physiological processes. Advantages for humans in general. Vitamin D production. Sunlight exposure triggers the skin to produce vitamin D, a vital nutrient for bone health, health of blood cells, calcium absorption, and a healthy immune system. Vitamin D deficiency is linked to various health issues, including weakened bones, increased risk of certain cancers, and a weakened immune system. Adequate vitamin D levels helps to prevent conditions like osteoporosis and rickets. Mood and mental health. Sunlight exposure can boost mood and reduce symptoms of depression, potentially due to increased serotonin levels. Exposure to natural light helps to regulate the body's circadian rhythm, which can improve sleep pattern and overall well-being. Getting more sunlight increases serotonin levels, which in turn helps to elevate the mood. Immune system support. Some studies suggest that adequate vitamin D levels may help to reduce the risk of certain infections and autoimmune diseases. Other potential benefits. Sunlight may help to lower blood pressure and improve heart health. Exposure to sunlight can have therapeutic effects on certain skin conditions such as psoriasis and eczema. Sunlight can help to regulate sleep pattern and improve sleep quality. Sunlight exposure might help to treat several skin conditions including psoriasis, eczema, jaundice, and acne. Save Mother Earth, save yourself. Earth is the place where all of us live. It is the only known planet where we can live comfortably, where the environment around us suits our physiology. Why we need to damage the home where we are living at present, which is giving protection round the clock from all the angles, and search for another home where the compatibility of life is not known or not possible. So let us save our own Mother Earth, thus we shall save ourselves. Earth's surface is the boundary between the atmosphere and the solid earth and oceans. Total surface area 510 million square kilometers. Land surface area 149 million square kilometers. Water surface area 361 million square kilometers, land percentage approximately 29.2%, water percentage approximately 70.8%. Water on this earth. Earth's water resources are unevenly distributed, with the majority being saline in oceans, that is about 97.5%, and a smaller fraction being freshwater, 2.5%. Freshwater is primarily stored in glaciers and ice caps, that is 68.7%, followed by groundwater, that is 30.1%, with a very small percentage in lakes, rivers and the atmosphere. So some more details on distribution of water. Saline water, that is ocean, seas and bays. Approximately 97.5% of the earth's water is found in those bodies, making up about 13,38,000 cubic kilometers. This water is too salty for most human uses. Fresh water, only 2.5% of the total water is fresh water, with the vast majority, that is 68.7%, locked up in ice sheets, glaciers and permanent snow. Groundwater, a significant portion, that is 30.1% of fresh water is stored in underground aquifers. Lakes and rivers, a smaller percentage of fresh water is found in these surface water bodies, accounting for less than 1% of the total. Atmosphere, a tiny fraction of Earth's water, that is less than 0.001%, exists in the atmosphere as water vapors, clouds and precipitation. Others, soil moisture, permafrost and biological fluids also holds a very small amount of water. So water on this earth. So we know that the fresh water on this earth is only 3%. So that means if you take all water, ocean constitutes about 97% of the water. Fresh water about 3%. Then if you look into the fresh water, ice caps and glaciers make up 79%, groundwater makes up 20%, and easily accessible surface fresh water is only 1%. Then again, if you look into this 1% of easily accessible surface fresh water, the lakes constitute about 52% of the water. Then the soil moisture becomes 38%, atmospheric water vapor is 8%, rivers constitute 1%, accessible water in plants constitutes about 1%. That is, out of which easily accessible surface fresh water becomes 1% of the fresh water, or if we take about all the water, then it is only 0.03% of all waters. That is, out of which lakes and rivers water put together becomes 53%. That is the 0.015% of all water. This we need to manage properly to maintain 25% soil water as it was present few centuries ago. Earth has continents. There are 7 continents of the world: Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica, Europe and Australia or Oceania. Earth as oceans. The Earth has five recognized oceans: Pacific Ocean, the largest, stretching from North America to South to Asia, Australia, and South America; Atlantic Ocean, located between Americas and Europe and Africa; Indian Ocean, situated between Africa, Asia, and Australia; Antarctic Ocean, located near North Pole, often considered as Mediterranean Sea; Southern Ocean surrounds Antarctica, connecting Pacific, Atlantic, and Indian Ocean. Earth has seas. Seas are smaller, partially enclosed bodies of water often found on the margins of these oceans: Caribbean Sea in the Atlantic between North and South America; Mediterranean Sea between Europe, Africa, and Asia; Sargasso Sea, a unique region in the Atlantic with floating seaweed; South China Sea, a part of the Pacific Ocean; Bering Sea in the northern Pacific between Asia and North America; Red Sea, a long, narrow sea extending from the Gulf of Suez to the Bab el Munhib Strait. So, the uses of oceans and seas. Oceans are vital for human life and the planet's well-being, provides food, oxygen, medicine, and regulating the climate, and essential for life. So the functions are oxygen production. Oceans produce over half of the world's oxygen thanks to phytoplankton, which are teeny plant-like organisms that photosynthesize. Food source. Oceans provides a significant portion of global protein through fisheries and aquaculture, supporting millions of jobs. Climate regulation. The ocean absorbs vast amount of heat and carbon dioxide, helping to stabilize global temperature and weather pattern. Water cycle. The ocean provides the planet's water cycle, ensuring the availability of fresh water. Economic and social impacts. Trade and transportation. Oceans facilitate global trade and transportation, connecting countries and enabling commerce. Tourism and recreation. Coastal areas offer opportunities for tourism, recreation, and leisure activities. Jobs and livelihoods. The ocean supports millions of jobs in fishing, shipping, tourism related industries. Resource extraction. Oceans provides valuable resources such as mineral salts and renewable energy. Medicine. Many medicines and medical products are derived from marine organisms. The ocean's role in human health. Nutrient cycling. The ocean plays a crucial role in nutrient cycling, supporting the health of marine ecosystem and the health of the planet as a whole. Mental well-being. Spending time near the ocean can have positive effects on mental health and well-being. Maritime heritage. The ocean holds significant cultural and historical importance for many communities. In essence, the ocean is an integral part of the planet's ecosystem and plays a vital role in supporting human life, economic activity, and global stability. Earth has mountains. Mount Everest 8,848 meters, that is in Nepal and China. K2 8,611 meters, that is in Pakistan, China. Kanchenjunga 8,586 meters, that is in Nepal and India. Lhotse 8,516 meters in Nepal and China. Makalu 8,485 meters in Nepal and China, Choyo 8,188 meters in Nepal and China, Dhaulgiri 8,167 meters in Nepal, Manaslu 8,163 meters in Nepal, Nanga Parbat 8,126 meters in Pakistan, Annapurna 8,091 meters in Nepal, Gasher Brahm, that is 1K5, that is 8,080 meters in Pakistan and China, Broad Peak 8,051 meters in Pakistan and China, Gasher Brahm 2, that is 8,025 meters, that is in Pakistan and China. Then Shisha Pangma, that is 8,027 meters, that is there in Tibet. So these are the various larger mountains on the earth. Uses of mountains. Mountains provide humans with numerous benefits, including fresh water, fertile land for agriculture, resource for industries and tourism opportunities. They also act as natural barriers, influencing weather patterns and protecting against erosion. Water source. Mountains are a major source of fresh water, with many rivers originating in glaciers and snow packs, providing water for agriculture, drinking and hydroelectricity generation. Agriculture. River valleys and terraces in mountainous regions offer fertile land for farming, supporting crop cultivation. Resources. Mountains contains valuable minerals and metal deposits essential for various industries. Tourism. Mountains are attractive destinations for tourists, offering scenic beauty, recreational activities like hiking and opportunities for paragliding and skiing. Flora and fauna. Mountains are home to a rich varieties of plants and animals, contributing to biodiversity. Shelter and fuel. Mountain forests provide shelter, fuel and other resources like gum, resin and mushrooms. Climate regulations. Mountains can influence regional climates, affecting rainfalls and temperature patterns. Natural barriers. Mountains act as natural barriers, protecting areas from wind, rain and other environmental hazards. Earth has glaciers. Antarctica, the continent's ice sheet, is the largest glacier on Earth, covering a vast area. Greenland, the second largest ice sheet, containing significant amount of glacial ice. Himalayas, home to the Siachen glaciers, one of the largest non-polar glaciers. Alps, the Alex Glacier is the largest glacier in the Alps. Andes Glacier exists in the Andes Mountains, contributing to the freshwater supply to the region. Other region glaciers can also be found in Alaska, Patagonia and other mountainous regions around the world. Uses of glaciers. Glaciers are crucial for freshwater supply, regulating river flows and maintaining ecosystem, especially in mountainous regions. They also play a significant role in climate regulations by reflecting solar radiation back into space, helping to keep the planet cooler and influencing global sea levels. Freshwater sources. Glaciers act as giant freshwater reservoirs, providing a reliable water supply for drinking water, agriculture and industry, particularly in arid or mountainous areas. Many rivers in Asia and South America are fed by glacial meltwater, which is essential for the livelihoods of billions of people. Glacier meltwater can also help to buffer droughts and maintain consistent river flow. Climate regulations. Glaciers reflect sunlight, helping to cool the planet and regulate temperature. The melting of glacier contributes to global sea level rise, impacting coastal communities and ecosystem. Glaciers also provide valuable insights into past climates through the study of ice cores. Environmental and economic importance. Glaciers are crucial for maintaining the health of ecosystem and supporting biodiversity. They contribute to the economic stability of regions by supporting industries like agriculture, tourism and hydropower. The loss of glaciers due to climate changes can have severe consequences for those sectors and communities. Now we will look into soil nutrition and human health. Healthy soil gives healthy food and which makes healthy human, and there is a microbial loop all around this. Soil nutrition and human health. So that's why the healthy soil is important both for healthy planet and for healthy humans. So that means the soil health. Soil health is very, very important. So it has got physical and chemical components. It is the physical component aggregate stability, available water capacity, soil composition, and the biological components that includes organic matter, carbon cycle, nitrogen cycle, microbial ecosystem. And the chemical components of soil includes soil pH, sodium, potassium, phosphorus levels, electrical conductivity and salinity. So the physical, chemical and biological, all the components are responsible for fertility in the, so that is cation exchange capacity, anion exchange capacity, nitrogen mineralization, stores, slow release fertility, sources of nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus, sulfur, micronutrients. So all these things will decide the soil health. That means soil contains many chemicals, like chemical reactions are the CEC is there, nutrient reservoirs are there, elemental. So there are biological health, there are biophysical health is there. There is a physical health like texture, soil structure, so water reactions, so thermal regulations, all those things. So there is interdependent. There is biochemical reactions, biophysical reaction, physico-chemical reactions. All these things makes the keeps the soil healthy. Soil nutrition and human health. Soil nutrition and human health are closely intertwined. Healthy soil rich in essential nutrient is crucial for growing nutritious crops that support human health. Conversely, poor soil health can lead to nutrient deficient crops, contributing to malnutrition and various health problems. Soil as a nutrient source. Soil provides essential nutrients for plant growth, including macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, and micronutrients like iron, zinc and copper. These nutrients are then transferred to humans when they are consume the plants. Impact on crop quality. The availability and balance of these nutrients in the soil directly influence the nutritional value of crops. Soil with adequate nutrients will produce crops that are richer in vitamins, minerals and other essential nutrients. Consequences of poor soil. Degraded soil lacking in essential nutrients can lead to the production of crops that are less nutritious, potentially contributing to malnutrition and deficiencies in micronutrients like iron and zinc. Hidden hunger. Soil degradation can also contribute to hidden hunger, where individuals may consume enough calories but lack essential micronutrients, leading to various health problems. Soil health and diseases. Healthy soil supports a diverse microbial community that can suppress plant pathogens and enhance nutrient uptake, indirectly benefiting human health. Soil contamination. However, soil can also be contaminated with heavy metals, chemicals, or pathogens that can negatively impact human health through contaminated food and water. Sustainable practices. Adopting sustainable land management practices such as organic farming and cover cropping can improve soil health and nutrient availability, ensuring a healthier food supply. Soil is indeed the foundation of life, providing the basis for food production, water filtration, and a diverse range of ecosystem services. It supports plant life, which in turn supports a vast array of other organisms, including humans. Soil also plays a crucial role in regulating the global carbon cycle and mitigating climate change. Some more detailed look at why soil is so vital. Food production. Healthy soils are essential for growing food crops, providing the necessary nutrients and support for plant roots. Estimates suggest that 95% of our food is directly or indirectly produced in soil. Soil biodiversity contributes to the nutritional value of our food by making nutrients available to plants. Water filtration and regulation. Soil acts as natural filters, purifying water as it percolates through them. Healthy soil helps to prevent flooding and drought by regulating water flow and storage. Ecosystem services. Soil provides habitat for a vast array of organisms, including microorganisms, invertebrates, and animals. It plays a critical role in nutrient cycling, breaking down organic matter and releasing essential nutrients for plant growth. Soil supports biodiversity, contributing to the health and stability of ecosystem. Climate change mitigation. Soil stores significant amounts of carbon, acting as a natural carbon sink. Healthy soil can help to reduce atmospheric carbon dioxide, mitigating the impacts of climate change. In essence, soil is a complex and dynamic ecosystem that supports life in countless ways. Its health is directly linked to human well-being and the overall health of the planet. Without soil, there is no food. Land plants cannot move to find better conditions. They rely fully on the soil to sustain growth, development, and reproduction at the place where they stand. Soil is often treated as an inert material, a foundation into which roots can grow and expand. It is used and abused by humans. We forget that it is the basis of all life on earth, and that is an important store of carbon in a world facing a climate crisis. Earth gives food, earth gives fruits, earth gives beauty to the vision. Earth tries to give water to the place where we live. Nature does good for all of us, but all of us are busy in the name of work for personal, public, regional, national, global development. Like cutting trees, building buildings and roads, extracting and burning fossil fuels, running from place to place with the same luggage. These human activities have numerous negative impacts on the earth. Now let us look into the negative impacts on the earth by the human activities. Human activities have numerous negative impacts on the earth, including climate change, pollution, deforestation, habitat destruction, and overexploitation of resources. These impacts led to various environmental problems, including climate change, air and water pollution, biodiversity loss, and resource depletion. Climate change. Greenhouse gas emission. Human activity, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, releases large amount of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, trapping heat and causing global warming. Carbon dioxide emission has reached around about 36.8 billion tons in the year 2024. Carbon dioxide level in the environment has reached 420 parts per million at many places. Sea level rise. Rising temperature led to melting glaciers and thermal expansion of ocean water, causing sea levels to rise, threatening coastal communities. There is more than 50% decline in coral reefs from the year 1950 due to absorption of more than 90% of heat of global warming by the sea. More than 8 million tons of plastic waste is reaching the sea. Extreme weather events. Climate change is associated with more frequent and intense extreme weather events like hurricanes, floods, droughts, and heat waves. There is rise of 1.2 degrees centigrade global temperature from the time of pre-industrialization. The economic loss related to climate change in the year 2024 is more than $200 billion. There is a possibility of rise of 2 degrees centigrade by the year 2050. With that, many parts of the world will not have sustainable environment to live, especially Middle East and Southern Asia region. There is 50% increase in the death in relation to the global warming from the year 2000. There are 5 million deaths per annum is related to climate change. There is loss of $1.3 trillion to the world in the year 2024 climate change. Pollution, air pollution. Industrial processes, vehicle emission, and burning fossil fuels release pollutants into the air, harming human health and the environment. Water pollution. Industrial and agricultural runoff, sewage discharge, and plastic pollution contaminate water sources, affecting aquatic ecosystem and human health. Soil pollution. Industrial waste, pesticides, and fertilizers can pollute the soil, impacting agriculture and ecosystem health. Noise pollution. Urbanization, industrial activity, and traffic can cause noise pollution, affecting human health and wildlife. Deforestation and habitat destruction. Loss of forest. Deforestation for agriculture, logging, and urbanization destroys natural habitats, reduces biodiversity, and releases carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Habitat fragmentation, it is development and road construction fragments habitats, isolating populations of plants and animals and reducing their ability to survive. Overexploitation of resources, overfishing. Unsustainable fishing practices depletes fish stocks, disrupts marine ecosystem, and threatens the livelihood of people who depend on fishing. Mining. Mining activities can cause habitat destruction, soil erosion, and water pollution, and can release harmful chemicals into the environment. Unsustainable resource consumption. Overconsumption of the water, minerals and other resources strains ecosystem and can lead to scarcity and conflicts. There is a possibility of decline of 10 to 15% in crop yield by 2050 due to drought and global warming, especially in Africa and South Asia. There will be decline in the availability of water for more than 2 billion people by 2050. Other impacts: biodiversity loss. Human activities are causing a decline in biodiversity, with more than 1 million of species at risk of extinction. There is a total decline of 69% of the wildlife between 1970 to 2024 as per WWF Living Planet Survey 2024. Invasive species. The introduction of non-native species can disrupt ecosystem, outcompete native species, and cause economic damage. Light pollution. Artificial lighting disrupts the natural cycle of many species and can affect human health. There are deserts on this earth which may be man-made. Deserts, any large, extremely dry area of land with sparse vegetation, is one of the earth's major types of ecosystem. Deserts are found throughout the world, especially in Africa and Australia. The world's largest desert is the Sahara, which covers nearly all of northern Africa. The following list identifies some of the largest deserts in the world. So the deserts of Africa, that is Sahara, Libyan, Kalahari, Namib. The deserts of North America are Great Basin, Chunhon, Sonoram, Colorado, Yuma, Majevo. The deserts of South America are Patagonian and Atacama. The deserts of Asia are Arabian, Rub al Khali, Gobi, Kayaskum, Taklamakan, Karakum, Kabir, Syrian, Thar, Lut, Negev. The deserts of Australia are Great Victoria, Great Sandy, Gibson, Simpson. So these are the deserts. There are deserts on this earth which may be man-made. Utilize the excess water which reaches the sea to feed this entire 33% of the earth's land area, which is about 14 million square kilometers, excluding the cold and arid polar deserts. Thus convert the excess carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas present in the atmosphere, which is generated from burning of fossil fuel extracted from the lithospheres using these deserts and converting them as forest carbon mass in this biosphere. This deserted area might be the forest area before our satellite start recording the images. That means we have to go back to the environmental parameters which were existing in the first century or before to save Mother Earth. Man occupied the place of natural water pathways. There are floods. There are calamities. The calamities are due to global warming and climate changes. Global warming and climate change. Why? Increase in population has caused enormous pressure on the chemistry of air, water, food and temperature. All these are primarily decided by one biochemical reactions which has ruled and ruling this entire earth for centuries, unknown, which all of us know is 6CO2 C6H12O6 plus 6O2, that is cellular metabolism, gives 6H2O plus 6CO2 plus energy, and that is in the form of ATP plus heat. The reverse is 6H2O plus 6CO2. Photosynthesis by the plants at the cost of land area and time gives food and oxygen. That is C6H12O6 glucose. When there is less water molecules in the soil and more carbon dioxide in the atmosphere produced from our vehicles and factories, increases the greenhouse gas effect and leads to climate change. So the roots of the plants and the trees should get adequate water to take up more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Global warming and climate change. Such negative impacts are rapidly happening in the environment, especially from the past 200 years by the activities of the humans. Humans comprise a teeny share of life on earth, less than 0.01% of the total animal species and about 2.5% of the animal biomass. Animal species on the earth. So the total species, the most widely cited estimation is 8.7 million species, including animals, plants, fungi and protists. Animal species of these, approximately 7.7 millions are estimated to be animal species. Described species, currently scientists have described and catalogued around 1.2 million species, including about 0.92 million animal species. Undiscovered species, this means that a significant portion of the planet's species, potentially 86% of land species and 91% of the marine creatures, remains undiscovered or undescribed. So the majority of the species on this earth is insects, protozoans, crustaceans, mollusks, plants, chordates, other groups, bacteria, viruses, fungi, algae, arachnids, nematodes. So insects constitutes a large portion of animal kingdom with over 1 million species described. Why insects are more in this ecosystem? So insect constitutes approximately 70 to 75% of all known animal species. This means that out of every 10 animal species, roughly 7 to 7.5 are insects. Insects plays a crucial role in healthy ecosystem. Insects are crucial for a healthy ecosystem and human well-being, playing essential role in pollination, decomposition, pest control and as a food source for other animals. They are vital for plant reproduction, nutrient cycling and supporting biodiversity, making them keystone species in various ecosystems. Pollination. Insects are vital for pollinating a vast number of plant species, including many of our food crops. They transfer pollen between plants, enabling them to reproduce and produce fruits and seeds. This is particularly important for crops like fruits, vegetables, and nuts, which rely on insect pollination and fertilization. Let us see an interesting video on pollination, hidden miracles in the environment. Insects play a crucial role in a healthy ecosystem. Plants talk to bees using electric fields. Witness the marvel of God's creation as Sir David Attenborough reveals these fascinating natural connections. Nature never ceases to amaze us.
Plants are rooted to the ground and have a small negative charge. The higher up the plant you go, the greater the electric charge. This creates an electric field around the flower. We can't see it, but these electrodes are picking up the energy of this tiny field and converting it into the sound that we can hear. Bees, on the other hand, have a positive charge. Friction whilst flying causes them to lose electrons. As a bee approaches a flower, the charged fields around the flower and the bee interact, and the sound changes. There. And when it lands, the positive and negative fields immediately cancel each other out. As this happens, there are two very surprising consequences. Firstly, the plant's negatively charged pollen actually jumps across onto the positively charged bee. Secondly, the plant has a changed electrical field, and when another bee comes along, it detects this altered electrical signature and avoids the flower. The plant is in effect telling the bee that it has no nectar and to come back later.
Number 2, decomposition. Insect as a natural decomposers, breaking down dead organic matter like fallen leaves, animal remains, and dung. This process helps recycle nutrient back into the soil, ensuring plant growth and overall ecosystem health. Number 3, pest control. Many insect species act as natural predator or parasitoids of other insects, helping to control pest population in agriculture and natural environment. This natural pest control reduces the need for chemical pesticides and helps to maintain healthy ecosystem. Food source. Insects are an important food source for many other animals, including birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. This supports the food chain and helps to maintain biodiversity. Soil health. Insects aerates the soil, improves its structure and fertility, and helps to recycle nutrients. This creates a healthy environment for plant growth and overall ecosystem stability. Nutrient cycling. Insects plays a crucial role in nutrient cycling by decomposing organic matter and releasing nutrients back into the soil. This process is essential for plant growth and the overall health of ecosystem. Other benefits. Insects also provide various other benefits such as producing useful substances like honey, beeswax, and silk, acting as bioindicator of healthy ecosystem, reflecting the health of the soil and water, serving as models for scientific research and inspiring new technologies. Other benefits. In conclusion, insects are not just interesting creatures, they are essential for the health of our planet and the well-being of humans. They play a crucial role in maintaining biodiversity, supporting food production and regulating ecosystem, making them a keystone species that we need to protect and appreciate. Normal soil microbiota. Normal soil microbiota, the diverse community of microorganisms in the soil, provides numerous benefits to plants. These microbes helps in nutrient cycling, enhances plant growth, protects against pathogens and improves plant resilience to various stresses. Nutrient cycling and availability. Nitrogen fixation. Certain bacteria in the soil can convert atmospheric nitrogen into forms usable by plants, a process crucial for plant growth. Carbon sequestration. Microbes play a role in storing carbon in the soil, contributing to climate change mitigation. In summary, normal soil microbiota are essential for plant health and growth, acting as biofertilizers, biocontrol agents, and promoters of plant stress resilience. Phosphorus solubilization. Some microbes helps to make phosphorus an essential nutrient more available to plants by breaking down insoluble phosphate compounds. Other nutrient uptake. Microbes also play a role in making other nutrients like potassium and micronutrients like zinc, iron, etc. more accessible to plant roots. Decomposition of organic matter. Microbes decompose dead plant and animal matter, releasing nutrients back into the soil for plant uptake. Plant growth enhancement. Plant growth regulators. Some microbes produce plant growth hormones like auxins, cytokines, and gibberellins, which stimulate root and shoot development. Siderophore production. Microbes produce siderophores, which helps plants access iron, a crucial nutrient often scarce into soil. Production of volatile compounds. Certain microbes release volatile compounds that can stimulate plant growth or enhance defense against pathogens. Protection against pathogens. Antagonistic interactions. Some microbes can outcompete or inhibit the growth of plant pathogens, protecting the plants from disease. Induce systemic resistance. Microbial interactions can induce systemic resistance in plants, making them more resistant to various diseases. Stress tolerance. Drought tolerance. Some microbes can help plants tolerate drought by improving water uptake or reducing water loss. Salt tolerance. Certain microbes can help plant crops with high salt concentration in the soil. Heavy metal tolerance. Some microbes can help plants tolerate heavy metals contamination in the soil by making them less available for uptake. Other benefits. Soil structure improvement. Microbial activity helps to form soil aggregates, improving soil structure and aeration, which benefits plant root growth. World population growth and its impact on the environment. See, whatever the population growth, this we are seeing is one side of the coin, this is one side of the coin, and it is well visible to the eyes as the coin lay on the ground. So it took more than 2 lakh years to reach 1 billion in the year 2800. That is 1800 AD. So there is addition of 1 billion. Okay. So it took more than 2 lakh years. So the population of the entire world was 1 billion in the year 1800, and it took more than 2 lakh years for this number to reach. Then after 123 years, that is in the year 1927, it became 2 billion. After 33 years, in the year 1960, it became 3 billions. After 14 years, in the year 1974, it became 4 billions. After 13 years, in the year 1987, it becomes 5 billions. After 12 years, in the year 1999, it became 6 billions. After 12 years, in the year 2011, it becomes 7 billions. After 11 years, in the year 2022, it became 8 billions. So now you see where is 2 lakh years, where is 11 years. Billion population is adding in just 11 years on this world. This is one side of the coin. This is very much visible. So the other side of the coin, which is not very well visible, because this is the other side of the coin facing towards the ground, and it is not visible to the eyes. So as the population increases like this, the volume of oxygen in billion cubic meter is increasing. Number of trees needed in billions, it is increasing. Quantity of food in billion tons, it is increasing. Area of land required to grow the food in lakh kilometer square is increasing. Area of forest land to provide oxygen to the people in lakh square kilometer is increasing the need. The water requirement for drinking and domestic purpose in TMC is increasing. Water requirement for growing food in TMC is increasing. That is very simple. The total requirement becomes per capita requirement multiplied by population. So all these things are increasing with the increase in the population, which we are not seeing properly. Tube well leads to diseases and environmental hazards. These numbers are increasing. Landslides. Earth has a surface over which all the humans live by building buildings, riding the vehicles on asphalted roads. It has a subsurface soil rich in organic content and microbiota. It took millions of years to form. Soil can release water to their lower end by gravity till their water content reaches as low as 2% and can store water in them as high as 90%, thus gaining their weight enormously. Deeper layers also contains soil and rocks with less organic content in them, but they may be rich in minerals. Landslides and health hazards. These numbers are increasing. So we know that this is the ground surface soil, and for borewell there is a cemented seal. Okay, this is the weathered bedrock clay. It's about 10 to 20 meters it may be. Then saprolite grits will be there, and bedrock and fractured rocks may be there. So there is a perforated casing may go till bedrock and fracture rock site. Water percolates from the deeper layers of the soil into the tube wells, which we extract regularly, and the water flows regularly from this deep layer to the tube wells. Thus the deep soil becomes less hydrated, less sticky, and weighs less. In the season of high atmospheric temperature, where the topsoil loses their water content due to excessive evaporation, surface and subsurface flow by gravity, and thus becomes dry and weighs less without water by the end of the dry season. Later in rainy season, this topsoil suddenly gets excess water and gains excess weight. This topsoil gains excess weight due to excess raining and retention of water over the dry, light weighted, less sticky deep soil. This one. So thus this heavy weighted topsoil will slide on the light weighted loose dry deep soil in the absence of thick forest where the roots of the trees passes through and through superficial and deep layers of the soil to prevent the land sliding. Excess extraction of underground water not only takes out the water from the deep layers of the soil, it also decreases the growth velocity of the big trees. The roots will not grow, dies and will not able to support the topsoil when the topsoil gains more weight. So let us look into this picture. Is the satellite imaginary shows how deadly the landslide swept through settlement and washed away hundreds of buildings in Wayanad. Comparing before and after the landslide, heavy rain collapsed the parts of the hillside. A torrent of mud, water and rocks were sent tumbling down below. There were no settlements until about 2 kilometers down hills. Based on the recent satellite imaginary, reviewers identified buildings that appears to have washed away. There are about 215 buildings washed away. Cloud surface, subsurface, underground water are not administrative border specific. Natural water pathways are not border specific. They extend beyond the border of the state or nation. For effective management of surface water, region specific surface water management is required. To increase the soil water content to 25% across all the land, and to prevent global warming, both local and global management of surface water is necessary, so that all the trees will take up more water with nutrients from the soil and will be able to absorb more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Thus the carbon concentration in the atmosphere is going to decrease. Cloud surface, subsurface, underground water are not administrative border specific. Surface flow of water is what we see. Not only the river water, but also the soil water and the underground water reaches the sea through subsurface flow and the underground flow. That is, ultimately all the water is going to reach the sea by gravity by different routes. Increase in population led to increase in surface and underground water utilization, led to decrease in soil water content, which is the principal molecule for prevention of global warming. So it is the need of the hour to manage the surface water in such a way that the soil water level has to reach 25% everywhere. Composition of different soil. Soil composition alters with the activities of the humans. Cutting trees and converting it into agriculture land is the injurious step towards converting land into desert. It is also possible to convert desert into forest for better air, water, food and temperature. Now we will see, when we look into the forest soil, the soil inorganics is 40%, soil organic is 5 to 10%, soil water is 30 to 40% and soil is air is 10%. When we look into the normal soil, the soil inorganics is 45%, soil organics 5%, soil water 25%, soil air is 25%. When we look into the agriculture soil, soil inorganics is 50%, soil organics may be less than 4%, soil water is about 15 to 20%, soil air is about 25%. When we look into the drought soil, the soil inorganic is 62%, soil organic is 1 to 2%, soil water is less than 5%, and soil air may be around 30%. When we look into the desert soil, soil inorganics will be 62%, organics less than 1%, soil water is less than 2%, and soil air is around 35%. So this may be the average composition of a different soil, that is. But the thing is, let us look from when we look into the soil inorganics. So the soil inorganic content increases gradually from forest soil to normal soil into agriculture soil to drought soil to desert soil, whereas the soil organics is going to gradually decrease from forest soil to normal soil to agriculture soil to drought soil to desert soil. The soil water content is gradually decreasing from forest soil to normal soil to agriculture soil to drought soil to desert soil. The soil air is gradually increasing from forest soil to normal soil to agriculture soil to drought soil to desert soil. That's how the composition alters from soil to soil. So that means the relation between soil, water and the climate. So just now we had seen different soil. The average soil content may be contain pore space and soil solids. So pore space, air is 20 to 30%, water is 20 to 30%, and in solid soil solids it's approximately 50%, that is minerals 45%, soil organics may be 5% in an average soil. So that is, the average soil contains 25% of water, 25% of air, 45% of inorganic content, and 5% of organic content with living and non-living organisms. So the water content of the soil can vary between 2 to 90%. Top 1 meter of soil plays a very vital role in keeping the life and maintaining the climate in good condition. So the top most layer is the organic, and this is the top soil, the subsoil, substratum, and fractured bedrock will be there at the bottom. So this is the cut section of the soil layers. One liter volume of soil is 1.5 kgs of weight, or 1 kg of soil is 0.7 liters. 1 cubic meter of soil is 1000 to 2400 kgs. For example, moist soil can weigh 2000 kgs per meter cube, whereas dry soil can weigh 1600 kgs per meter cube. India has 30 lakh kilometer square land. We have consumed 3 lakh square kilometers in the name of buildings, concrete construction. 1 lakh kilometer square as roads, asphalted areas, ice covered hills and rock mountains may cover 2 lakh kilometer square. The remaining land, that is 17 lakh kilometer square of agriculture land and 7 lakh kilometer square of forest land. Top 1 meter of soil becomes 2400 billion cubic meters. It can store 25% water in it. This is also present in my previous talk. So the top 1 meter of 24 lakh kilometer square of soil volume becomes 2400 billion meter cube. With 25% soil water, it can store 600 billion meter square of water. 1 TMC of water is 28,316.84 meter cube. That is 600 billion meter cube of soil water becomes 21.18 million TMCs. That means soil has got the enormous capacity to store and release water. In the absence of evaporation and underground flow, it is not possible. This is for assumption. This volume of water can keep the river to flow for 350 years continuously when once filled into the soil. India needs 40 to 60,000 TMC water per annum for the present population. All the trees also should get optimum volume of water continuously to convert carbon dioxide into carbon mass, so that carbon dioxide level in the atmosphere will decrease. With better surface water management and maintaining the soil water at all the levels of 25% makes the subsurface flow of water in a better way and makes all the rivers alive throughout the year. Picture: streams and rivers will flow continuously when there is no rain for a long time also if the soil water content is 25% or above. Keep soil moist to save the earth from climate changes. Without water and organics in the soil, carbon dioxide will not be converted into carbon mass in the atmosphere. Thus, the greenhouse gas will accumulate in the atmosphere and the climate change will occur more faster. For this reason, we have to retain water in the soil at least up to 25%, and we have to protect our topsoil rich in organic material at least up to 5%. This prevents the climate change through plants and trees by consuming more and more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. 25% soil water is life, and it prevents climate changes. 25% soil water is the one which keeps all the rivers and all the natural water pathways alive. That is, it makes the natural water pathways to flow with water throughout the year continuously. This picture is an example for subsurface water flow becoming surface water flow. Adequate soil water keeps the soil microbiota alive, and they help the plant roots to take up the more nutrients with water, to take up more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and thus makes the trees to grow taller, bigger and stronger with accumulated more carbon mass in it, leading to decreased greenhouse gas content in the atmosphere. Cloud, surface, subsurface, underground water are not administrative border specific. Let us consider an example. Hyderabad is the city which lies between 450 meters to 650 meters above the mean sea level at 550 meters above the mean sea level. It receives water not only from the land of Telangana but also from lands of Maharashtra and Karnataka. The red line depicts the land at the level of 450 meters, and the yellow line depicts the land 650 meters above the mean sea level. In this satellite imaginary, here is the city. Here we can see pink line running for long distance at the level of 850 meters above the mean sea level. Yellow line running for a long distance at the level of 650 meters, and the red line running for long distance at the level of 450 meters above the mean sea level, connecting various rivers at the same level. Thus, it is possible to create a flat canal for thousands of kilometers at the same land level, collecting water from all the rivers from above, spreading that water all across the flat canal, and will be able to distribute the water to all the land below that canal level, making the flood prone area to escape from the flood to the possible extent, and providing water to all the drought prone areas to the extent needed. Thus we can make all the present streams, rivers, canals, that is all the natural and artificial waterways to flow as per the requirement. Here we can see some of the plans to distribute the waters available, surface water like Ganga river elevator, Ganga upper canal, Ganga U-tube, Yamuna upper canal, Yamuna U-tube, and flat canals at the level of 450 meters, 650 meters and 850 meters above the mean sea level, and their east and west extensions. So this we can do through some of the civil engineering structures like river elevators, canal elevators. So this is the river elevator, a canal elevator, underground canals, aqueducts, water U-tubes, bi-dams, direct canal connectors, local management of surface water, of course with the help of surface canal, which can be declining in nature, or it may be flat canals, creating at different land levels like 450 meters, 650 meters, 850 meters above the mean sea level. So it is possible to utilize most of the surface water available to make the soil water to reach 25% to support the life of all the plants, trees, animals, including humans. With this we can prevent the flood to the possible extent and drought to the maximum extent. This helps the nature to increase the carbon mass on the surface of this earth by the fusion of carbon dioxide with water molecules, and thus we can prevent global warming and climate changes. It is possible to create the flat canal through satellite based reticular canal system survey, in which we can select convenient continuous flat long strip of land at the same land level above the mean sea level for creating flat canal, and we can make the water to flow from the place where it is excess to the place where it is deficient. It is possible to utilize the surface water effectively without constructing any new big dams, but with canals. Let us look into an example. Chikkahagari, Hagari and Pennar are the adjacent rivers. Let us identify the river levels at 500 meters plus or minus 2 meters above the mean sea level. Then identify the strip of land between the adjacent rivers at the same land level. We may be getting 5000 meters or more width strip of land at some places, or sometimes maybe less. So in that flat land we can create 100 to 120 meters of width flat canal for distributing water to maintain 25% soil water. So flat canal system is not a new thing. It's already there on this earth at many places. Let us look into some of the already existing flat canal system. This is Sardar Sarovar, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel's, from where the Narmada canal is going. This is the Narmada river. So let us look into the Narmada main canal, which is originating from Sardar Sarovar Dam, constructed across river Narmada between 1987 and 2017. Narmada main canal runs at the level of 100 meters above the mean sea level across river Irene and then crosses river Orsang after flowing for a distance of more than 50 kilometers at the same land level. So this is the flat canal course of Narmada main canal running at the level of 100 meters. So we can see the course of the Narmada main canal, more than 50 kilometers at the same land level of 100 meters above the mean sea level. So there are many more examples for flat canal. For example, in Karnataka, the Vishveshwaraya canal originating from Krishnarajasagara Dam at the level of 735 meters above the mean sea level. It was constructed and the canals were created between 1911 to 1931, where there were no satellite imagery support was available at that time. Vishveshwaraya canal has underground canal course. So this is the place for 3 kilometers, where the point of entry, the entire course and the exit of the underground canal all are at the same land level of 735 meters above the mean sea level, in continuation of the proximal course of the canal, that is also at 735 meters above the mean sea level. So this is the course of Vishveshwaraya canal, where it runs for more than 75 kilometers at the same land level of 735 meters above the mean sea level. This gives a great hope for planning more longer flat canal to distribute water to all the needed drought prone areas to meet the needs of all the people, animals, plants and trees with this increase in population, and to save the Mother Earth as it is. So KRS provides water to more than 50,000 hectares of land in Mandya and Mysore district in Karnataka, apart from providing water for many cities and towns for domestic purposes like Mysore, Bangalore, and so Sri Saram Vishveshwaraya, he planned this project. So let us look into some of the positive impacts on the environment by development by humans. That is, development can have positive impacts on the environment through advancement in technology, increased awareness and policy changes that promote sustainability. So technological advancement, clean energy, development fuels the creation and adaptation of renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, reducing reliance on fossil fuels and greenhouse gas emission. Waste management, innovations in recycling and waste reduction technologies minimizes pollution and conserve resources. Sustainable agriculture, technological advancement in agriculture such as precision farming and vertical farming can improve resource efficiency and reduce environmental impacts. Increased awareness and education. Environmental education. Education plays a crucial role in shaping attitude and behaviors towards environmental responsibility, promoting sustainable choices. Community involvement. Engaging local communities in environmental projects fosters a sense of ownership and strengthens conservation efforts. Raising awareness. Increased awareness about environmental issues drives demand for sustainable products and practices, influencing market trends and corporate behavior. Policy and governance. Environmental regulation. Stricter environmental policies and regulation can encourage industries to adopt cleaner production method and reduce pollution. Sustainable developments. Adopting and implementing sustainable development goals provides a framework for integrating environmental consideration into economic and social planning. Conservation efforts. Government can allocate resources for conservation program protecting biodiversity and natural habitats. Other positive impacts: reforestation and habitat restoration. Efforts to replant trees and restore degraded habitat enhances biodiversity and improve ecosystem health. Reduced resource consumption. Development can lead to more efficient resource management, reducing waste and conserving natural resources. Improved infrastructure. Better infrastructure such as public transportation and green building can contribute to lower energy consumption and reduced pollution. Reduce single-use plastics. Say no to plastic straws, cutleries and containers. Use reusable alternatives made of metal, glass or silicone. Bring your own reusable bags. Avoid plastic shopping bags at stores. Use reusable water bottles and coffee cups instead of buying bottled water or disposable cups. Choose loose produce over plastic wrapped products. Opt for fresh fruits and vegetables without plastic wrappings. Reduce plastic wrap. Use beeswax wraps, silicone bags or metal or glass containers for storing food. Reduce, reuse and upcycle. Reuse plastic containers, clean and reuse jars, containers and bags for different purposes. Upcycle old plastic items, transform them into something new, like creating artwork or home decorations. Consider buying used plastic items. This reduces the demand for new plastic production. Recycle properly. Recycle plastic bottles, containers and other recyclable material. Ensure they are properly cleaned and stored before recycling, sorted before recycling. Be aware of what can be recycled in your area. Some plastic may not be accepted by all recycling facilities. Support responsible practices. Choose products with minimal packaging. Opt for items with less plastic wrapping and packaging. Support business that prioritize sustainability. Encourage companies to reduce their plastic waste and use eco-friendly alternatives. Advocate for changing in policies and regulations. Support local and national initiatives to reduce plastic pollution and promote recycling. Additional tips: participate in local cleanups, helps to remove plastic waste from waterways and beaches. Compost food scraps. This reduces waste and ends up in landfills, including biodegradable plastic waste. Buy in bulk. Bulk buying reduces packaging waste. and can be more cost effective. Consider a zero waste life cycle. This involves minimizing all types of waste including plastic by choosing reusable alternatives, composting. To decrease plastic pollution, focus on reducing your use of single-use plastics, reducing items whenever possible and recycling properly. Specifically opt for reusable water bottles, shopping bags and cutleries, and avoid items like plastic straws, containers and wrapping. Recycling plastic waste helps to prevent it from ending up in landfills and reduce pollutions from manufacturing new plastics. So this is about plastic pollution prevention. Now we will move on to, there are water pathways to feed the drought land. Use them, make them flow, prevent desertification, preserve life. There is a rain streams flow for a few days. Following rain, tributaries flow for few months. Rivers may flow close to 12 months in a year. These natural water pathways are present and distributed all across the land, irrespective of their status of flow. In India, there are Brahmaputra, Ganga, Yamuna, Chambal, Son, Hooghly, Brahmani, Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Tungabhadra, Bhima, Penneru, Palar, Kiliveli, Ponniyar, Vellar, Kaveri, Vaigai, Vaipur, rivers that feed Indira Gandhi Canal, Luni, Banas, Badar, Shetranji, Bhagao, Sabarmati, Mahi, Narmada, Tapi, Mushli, Sharavati, coastal rivers of Kerala. These rivers ultimately join Bay of Bengal and Arabian Sea. So there are convert desert into forest and re-establish the environmental glory of the past. More importance needs to be given to the state of Rajasthan and Gujarat, where the soil is already converted into sand, that is desert. As there are more major cities like Mumbai, Delhi, Ahmedabad, Surat, Vadodara, Pune, Jaipur, Lucknow, Kanpur, Nagpur, Indore, Thane, Bhopal, Pimpri, Chindwad, Patna, Ghaziabad, Ludhiana, Agra, Nasik, Faridabad, Meerut, Rajkot, Kalyan, Dombivli, Vasai Vihar, Varanasi, Srinagar, Aurangabad, Amritsar, Navi Mumbai, Allahabad, Gwalior, Jabalpur, Jodhpur, Kota. The population of all these cities are more than 10 lakhs and the emission is also more. All these cities are close to the state of Rajasthan and Gujarat. There is more land available in Rajasthan, but the number of trees per hectare unit land is less. So, to make more carbon dioxide emitted from these cities, to convert it into carbon mass as trees, we need to do two things like provide adequate volume of water in a daily installment basis and dump all the organic waste generated from the entire nation if possible, or at least from the surrounding states over the deserts of Rajasthan, so that we can expect the growth of trees over there in the next few years. That will take up all greenhouse gases generated from the cities mentioned earlier. The present desert area might have had plenty of trees, which might have destroyed by the invaders and looters entering the India through the land of Rajasthan, as the path was easy to enter the land of India on land with shallow and broad rivers of Indus, and lands with less ups and downs. They might have used the forest for their personal use and might have put fire to the forest to prevent the counter-attacks by the people of India. Thus the trees and plants might have lost their place, and the wind and the rain might have taken the topsoil, leaving only the sand over there, what we see today. This is the usual process of conversion of forest into desert with increase in population. So when the name deserts comes to India, don't think only Western Rajasthan. Please look at the lands converted into deserts. Think where is the next. The process of drought and desertification is covering many parts of Western, Central and Southern India like Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. We have seen the lands converted into desert. Where next? When we are going to realize is the question. There are places rich in water, there are places poor in water and already became deserts. Sea will get its water not only from surface flow but also through evaporation from land surface, subsurface and underground flow. Feed all the land with sufficient water, not only thinking about humans but thinking about the entire flora and fauna. There are places ready to donate the water and there are places ready to receive the water. So shift water from the water rich area to the drought prone area with the activities of the exploded human population. There are many states which are rich in water and most of the water from the dams and reservoirs of these states reaching the sea soon. They are state of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand and northeastern states. Some of the states where they need a better distribution of water to feed their land, even though rivers are flowing and there are many dams and reservoirs, those states may be Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and West Bengal. Some of the states has dams and reservoirs close to thousands, but they remain dry most of the time in the year. Those lands have to be fed both with water and organic matter to mitigate the climate changes within and in the surrounding states. They are Rajasthan and Gujarat. We shall focus other states in our subsequent discussion. convert a desert into forest, and re-establish the environmental glory of the past. Let us look some of the questions to ourselves and let us try to identify the solutions for the same. How oxygen is going to produce without the plants over the land and in the sea? How trees will grow without water and carbon dioxide? Is it possible for one molecule of water to combine with n number of carbon dioxide? If carbon dioxide and water molecules combine proportionately, then how will we convert more carbon dioxide produced from the animals, mainly from the humans and from their activities through their vehicles and factories into carbon mass? It is very much essential to maintain the soil water level of 25%. The reason for this are to get good food sufficient enough to meet the need of all the people, to achieve food independence, to maintain adequate entry of nutrients into the plant parts, to get optimum nutrition through the food products, to achieve nutritional independence, to decrease the need of transportation in the name of food articles and food distribution. If we maintain 25% soil water, it is possible to grow most of the essential food items locally, and we can decrease the need for transportation from place to place. By maintaining 25% soil water, it is possible to decrease dependency on petroleum products. Thus, we can achieve the goal of this year's Earth Day theme, Our Power, Our Planet. This happens by the need for transportation is going to decrease as the people are able to grow most of the essential food items locally. It is possible to create many more hydroelectrical projects through the waterfalls which are going to generate at various points of all the natural water pathways and at various points of artificial water pathways, through which we can generate enough electricity along with the solar and wind energy. So it is possible to achieve the theme Our Power, Our Planet. So it is possible to decrease the natural calamities like landsliding. This is because not only the surface soil will have sufficient water content, but also the subsurface and underground soil. If the subsurface and underground table maintain sufficient water content, then the trees are going to grow taller, bigger, stronger, with better flexibility, with deeper and wider roots visibly. This makes the trees to tolerate more wear and tear through wind. Deeper and wider root supports the topsoil, prevents the soil erosion, binds the topsoil with the deeper layers of the soil, and prevents the landsliding of the top layer of the soil. The subsurface and the deep layer of soil will not be loose with optimal water content and will give better support to the topsoil in preventing erosion and landsliding. If we decrease the crude oil extraction from the underground table, then the possibility of formation of hollow spaces in the underground layer and subsequent collapse of the same cavity at unexpected time, resulting in collapse of the overlying soil bed and the underlying structure, also decreases. If this happens at the land, we consider it as earthquake, and if it happens at the sea, we consider it as tsunami, which may be man-made. We all know that we have more carbon dioxide in our atmosphere, but we have less water content in the soil. Soil water content is decreasing because of increased evaporation due to increased greenhouse gases and atmospheric temperature. speedy surface flow due to water path encroachment and concretization, excessive underground extraction. So, very less water molecules are available to the roots of the plants to combine with the carbon dioxide molecule at the leaves to produce oxygen molecules and to increase the carbon mass. If the water content of the soil reaches 25% all across the land throughout the year, in other words, the carbon mass will be formed in sufficient quantities with optimal decrease in the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere only when there are sufficient water molecules available in the soil for the roots of the trees, which helps to prevent global warming and subsequent climate changes. Since it is an environmental emergency, the government should take all the measures to achieve the goal of attaining 25% soil water in the soil along with already ongoing activities happening at the individual, private, public, government level. For this, unity of all the people and state is the need of the hour. If we achieve this goal, then there is a possibility of increase in the productivity from all the land and the possibility of dividing the land in the names of dry land, semi-irrigated land, irrigated land, and so on will decrease. The division of the people in the names of owners of dry land, semi-irrigated land, irrigated land, and so on will also decrease. Possibility of community, cooperative, universal organic farming and social forestry will increase, ensuring poison-free food for all, for the entire flora and fauna. Normal soil microbiota will be maintained with 25% soil water and 5% soil organics. So April month is designated as Earth month. This year theme is our power, our planet. There are one theme for every day. April 1st, pick up trash. April 2nd, protect pollinators. April 3rd, be a weather watcher. April 4th, walk and roll. April 5th, use a reusable water bottle. April 6th, donate clothing. April 7th, World Health Day. April 8th, create a recycling station. April 9th, be a friend to animal. April 10th, start a compost pile. April 11th, unplug electronics. April 12th, recycle plastics. April 13th, conserve water. April 14th, it's not gardening day. Gardening day, that is April 14th. April 15th, use less paper. April 16th, what is your carbon footprint? April 17th, explore the outdoors. April 18th, say no to food waste. April 19th, reuse and recycle to create. April 20th, turn off the AC. April 21st, collect rainwater. April 22nd, Earth Day in Earth Month. April 23rd, World Book Day. April 24th, Trash Can Audit. April 25th, Advocate for Earth. April 26th, Arbor Day. April 27th, Turn off the lights. April 28th, use safe products. April 29th, use reusable bags. April 30, create art from the earth. So the basic obligatory needs of life for earth health is air, water, temperature and food. So that is the air we breathe, water we drink, food we eat, temperature we sense. All these things influence the health. It is determined by normal growth, development, memory, repair, defense, appropriate immunity. So to preserve planet Earth in a healthy state, to get good air, raise thick forest cover on land to 35%. To get needed water, raise soil water content to 25%. To get nutritious healthy food, raise soil organics to 5%. To maintain optimum temperature, prevent soil erosion with the trees at all the needy lands. So not one component can save the people on this planet. All these components are interdependent. So leads to healthy planet Earth with healthy humans. Take home message defining development for human existence, that is breathing cleaner air forever, drinking clean water directly from the environment but not from the bottle, eating food which is poison free, gives complete nutrition and enhances positive health not only for the affordable class of people but for all at all the time, sensing optimal temperature even in the absence of air conditioning. The solution is recharge soil water to 25% in every land. So save soil, save earth, save yourself. Soil is like a bank. It can accommodate water as high as 90% and it can release water to the extent as low as 2%. So recharge soil water. It accommodates when the water is available and it releases when there is need to the plants, trees, lakes, streams and rivers, and makes all the natural and artificial water paths to flow forever as before. Support the entire ecosystem and provides good air, water, food not only for the humans but for the entire plants and animal kingdoms. Conserve before consume. 100 is not equal to 1. If the consumption is 100 and if the conservation is 1, environment kills humans. 100 is equal to 100. If the consumption is equal to conservation, environment cares humans. Even 100 starts with 1. So 1 is also important. But when we are going to reach 100 is also more important. With 25% soil water, continuous flow of surface water with multiple falls in the way of natural water paths is possible. Thus, the generation of enormous new hydroelectrical projects can be achieved, which decreases the dependence on fossil fuels and fulfills the theme Our Power, Our Planet of Mother Earth Day 2025. So in my next speech, I will be speaking about food wastage and its impact on the humans, and also how prevention of food wastage helps in getting better air, water, food, temperature with the prevention of global warming and climate changes. We have to prevent food wastage along with the population control because the planet Earth will not be able to support n number of population even with zero food wastage. I am requesting the people of this world, the leaders and the scientists who work in this aspect to consider my thoughts on our environment, which I have delivered through my published speeches to save this world intact by the effects of global warming and climate changes, and the leaders to do the needful for the same. I am requesting all the leaders of this world to utilize these thoughts to prevent desertification in their respective countries, thus participate in the process of saving this world for us and for our younger generation. If you like this, then you please subscribe my channel and share with your friends, relatives and family members till it reaches all the leaders of this world to take necessary measures so that this world remains as it is for n number of years. Thanks once again. These are my references. So thanks once again. Thank you all. This is by Dr. Shivu, Pediatrician, Mysore. My phone number is 7892501891. WhatsApp number 9448477380. Visit www.slideshare.net for Dr. Shivu for articles and YouTube search Dr. Shivu P for videos on environment and health. Thank you.